Hello all, thank you very much for tuning in. If you like old vintage trains, please subscribe. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Rivarossi HO line and the Lionel HO first steam engine that never happened. So here we have the Hiawatha that was made by Rivarossi from 1948 to the late 50s. And then the Rivarossi Southern Pacific Atlantic was introduced in 1952. And it was made to about 1960. Here we have the catalog cut. Rivarossi started in 1945 with the partnership of Alessandro Rossi and Antonio Riva. They bought an armature company in northern Italy and quickly changed to trains. Rossi wanted to make in Italy, like the Germans were doing with Marklin and Trix, and so he based their size. This is quite a large engine, Bakelite body. He based it on the heft and size of the Trix and Marklin line, offering them with AC and center third rail. Here you have the catalog cut showing the E unit, the AC motor, weight, and then the pickup for the center third rail. The line was constantly improving and expanding. Rossi realized rapidly to get into the American market, he was going to have to go to smaller scales and also two rails. So you can see this is a much smaller scale than the Hiawatha, and adapting to the two rail. The Southern Pacific Atlantic here was introduced in 1952. That's this one here. He's still carrying the Hiawatha, still offered in two rail and three rail. And by 1957, they offer their new Consolidation, which is this engine here. The Rivarossi line had been imported by the Polks, Nat Polk, out of New York, with their Aristocrat line. And 1957, Rivarossi was looking to expand greatly, so the Polks put them in contact with, yes, Lionel. Lionel, of course, the large elephant in the room with the tinplate world, peaked around 1953 with their sales, and sales started hemorrhaging, losing marketplace to the HO ready-to-run line, and heavy discounting regarding pricing and different structures in America regarding how the hobby was happening. So here you have Josh, you have his son Lawrence, and you have Ginsberg here, the new money guy and advisor, and they announced in October here that Lionel's going to carry HO. And instead of coming out with their own HO line, they decided to import Rivarossi. The Polks had put them in contact with Rivarossi, and they started catering the line more towards an American market. So they had missed timeline to include the HO line in the their major catalog, so they made it a flyer. So here you have a flyer announcing the line. You have the Rivarossi Fairbanks Morris diesel, and then the Southern Pacific Atlantic. However, even though Josh here is looking at that same flyer here going, where's my Atlantic? They did not import the Atlantic, they imported the Consolidation here, which is closer to the 3.5 millimeter size for HO, but it looks far more European, unlike the lovely Atlantic. The marriage didn't last too long. By 1958, Lionel had Athearn continue with their HO line. So let's run the engines one more time here. Quite a smooth running engine. The Polks were quite instrumental into bringing the Rivarossi line into American standards with the NRMA standards with their couplers and size. So thank you very much for watching. Rivarossi would look for America to carry about 80% of their line in the 60s and 70s, so it was a major market for them. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe.